It's Wednesday, October 8th, and session 401. A roll call, please.
David Payne.
Here.
John Shell.
Here.
Leanne Lawler.
Absent. Okay, Leanne should be absent. Is there a motion for approval of the minutes from our last meeting of September 10th?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes of the regular meeting on Wednesday, September 10th, 2025.
Okay, I will second that motion. Is there any discussion about those minutes?
No.
Hearing none, all in favor of approval of the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, don't see any old business. We'll go to new business. Chris?
All right. First thing we have on our agenda is a public-private partnership application from Barton Lakes Homeowners Association. I think I presented this to the board along with a scoring sheet and a recommendation. I think we have somebody from Barton Lakes HOA in the audience. If you'd like to ask them any questions.
You want to step forward and tell us about your program?
I did bring some notes.
Okay. Okay. We need your name and address, please, for the record.
My name is David Gibson. I live at 628 Cloverfield Lane, Greenwood, Indiana. I am located in Barton Lakes. And first, I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to let me come here and talk to you this evening. We at Barton Lakes, we've been there for, well, they organized Barton Lakes in 1998. So they have, they've got the picture of our map up there. And they have had the ponds, the lakes, since the very beginning. And right now, the middle lake, we call it Pond B now, the first one that they constructed. There's a lot of people that live on the ponds. They've called the stormwater people, they've called Greenwood, they've called my house, they've called our management company, complaining about the smell of the water. We treat the water on a regular basis, and we had people come in to look at it. They suggested either a fountain or an aerator. The fountain, the only people that benefit from the fountain, the visual looks, are the people right back up against it. So we decided to use an aerator because it covers the whole pond. We feel if we bring something in like that, it's going to cut the smell down, churn the water, make it a little bit better place to live. We're trying to cut the complaints down from the people that live there in the area. And by doing that, I figured it's going to make the residents a little bit happier. And you guys won't hear as many complaints from our residents that call you and then in turn call our management company that said, we're not doing anything. We're trying to do something. I'm calling and asking for help. In that stack of letters, I think I gave you a quotation. If not, I do have an extra one here. But I had a quotation for the aerator to come in. And it's coming in, it's costing us about $13,000.
You got a copy of that in the packet?
I thought if it's.
Yeah, we have it.
This one right here, down at the bottom, copy of that, yes.
Are you doing just one aerator or are you doing 4?
We're doing one aerator. It has 4 hoses that comes off of it.
Okay.
That's actually going to be stirring up the water.
She joined at about 4:04.
Okay.
3, 4, 5.
So any questions about this project?
I have one. I did not drive by, but I did go online and look. And saw the map of the 3 lakes. Is there anything servicing the other 2 lakes?
Right now, there is not, the builder set it up, the largest lake. It's the one between Cloverfield and Rocky Meadow, if you've got a map. It would be the one on the left-hand corner, that's the larger lake. It drains into Pond B, which flows, and Pond B is supposed to drain into Pond C, which is on the bottom of the picture, and then it flows out, drains out. There is for some reason, it is not draining from D to C, because you can see on the picture there, dry land where B is supposed to be flowing in to C. When you go there and you're standing at Blue Lake looking at both of them, you can see B is higher than C, and if they're both supposed to be connected, water level should be even. Greenwood has come in and they have ran a camera and they said the clearance is through, but I'm not seeing the motion or the water moving. And pictures that I brought along, you can see that Pond B is the water stopped moving to C. So we're going to address that one first. If that one works, then we'll move to the other. But that's the one that most people are complaining about. In fact, people that knock on my door all live on Pond B.
So how many homes do you have in your HOA?
283.
Okay, and you have HOA fees? How much are those? Are they monthly or yearly?
We pay annually $195 a year. We do have a reserve fund set up that's going to be able to handle this, but it's going to deplete a reserve fund. That's why I came and asked for help.
All right. So you're asking for a 75% contribution from us?
But I'm asking for what you guys are, well, what's standard. If that would happen, that would be great. Anything would be great.
Typically, we run around 50% when we do public-private, I think.
We'll kind of start there based on individual projects.
Right.
Which is your base. So do we have any thoughts on where you want to go with this?
Let me jump in there.
Okay.
I did present the scoring sheet. It's for the possible 6 or possible 10. I do think this is something that would benefit water quality for this neighborhood. The picture on the left, that is Pond B, and that's the north side of Pond B. So as HOA president presented, it does seem to flow backwards. So the water is stagnant there on the north end of this pond. The picture on the right is Pond C. That's where it's supposed to drain to. As you can see, that the north side of that pond as well is kind of stagnant. There's not very water flow.
There's no flow on either one of them headed away from that floaters.
Yes. So what we found, because we have been out there several times, ponds B and C, there is an equalizing pipe that is unequal.
Backwards.
So it's a little backwards. I think that might be the way it was designed. So it's not something we would allow today in our design of ponds, but back in 1990, something we allowed. So that is the blue arrow on the top left. That is between ponds B and C. We also found that the storm system surcharges, it comes backwards, into the system, and it'll pop up into some of the curb inlets. Because as you can see, the bottom right, that other blue arrow, that is the high point. So it has to get up to get out.
You have to have a sufficient head to get over the hill.
Exactly. And so what does that do? But it backs up into the system, into some of these curb inlets, and comes back out there into the street. So we've been studying this for a long time. I do think this is something that would help. I think aeration would help keep that water flowing. But they probably need a long term. This might be a capital project that the board should investigate. And, you know, it might be, hey, let's help redo all of this area.
At the moment, it sounds like you're saying it's almost set up to fail.
It's set up to be the way it currently is.
And even if those flows were corrected, this aeration would improve
It
water
would.
quality
Yes, sir.
tremendously.
Yes, sir. So this might be a good first step, is what I'm saying.
It's something that would be useful throughout the project regardless of the future steps that are taken.
Yes, sir.
So we do pond B, and what happens with pond C? Does it need to have sort of the same?
Phase two.
And,
Phase two,
and, and
three.
then make it enough aeration to carry oxygen into pond C. If we can get the flow going into pond C, that you may not need further aeration.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I think it's very a prudent step to do B first.
That's the one that we've had the most problems
Right.
with. And that's the one where, like I said, the people come knock on my door, or people to the back of their houses against Pond C.
They want to take you to their backyard so you can smell it.
Yeah, pretty much. But I mean, if we fix one, then we'll at least have a handle on how to.
See if there's an issue with it.
We did have at our annual meeting last month, somebody that lives on Pond C, the very last one. And she complained a little bit about the water at the annual meeting, but if we fix B, C would be the next step. And I live close to Pond C, or Pond A, the larger one in the neighborhood.
On the corner house there across the street from them.
Yeah, I live on the corner, and we've never had any problems with that, other than the geese like that one. And that's a whole different problem that we have addressed. In fact, working with the ponds, we've got 2 vendors that giving me a quote, to put riffraff around the pond to keep the geese out.
All right,
We don't.
Leanne, do you have anything you want to ask or add?
No, well, are we just talking about funding the first pond and then come back for additional requests, or
We're going to do pond B.
pond B?
Pond B is the one. And before we look at additional funding, we're gonna find out if that works, if that solves our problems.
Are you guys thinking about starting with the 50% funding?
Well, it's always a base, but is there a motion? I mean, I'm open to.
You have gone more than 50% on
Yeah.
some projects. It was beneficial enough.
Doing some quick site.
It's 75%.
It's 10, 324.
10, 324, 35.
Yes.
50% is $6,882.90.
And how much do they have in the reserve fund?
How much do you have in your reserve fund?
My reserve funds were about $10,000 right now.
10,000, okay.
Leanne, what would you think about 65%? You know, like 2/3 of it. That would be $9,000.
I'm okay with that. If you want to make the motion, I'll second it.
Okay, I need to know the exact math amount. around and about 9,000, I need to know.
Can we say just $9,000?
If that's what you wanna do,
Yeah.
if you're gonna say a certain percentage, then you'd have to have an exact
I
count.
like round numbers.
Okay.
We'll stay away from the percent.
Okay, well then, I
I'd like
don't
to
know, if you think that's what you want, I
Make a
can, propose a motion.
Would you please?
Please.
I will. I propose a motion to approve a public-private partnership agreement with Barton Lakes Homeowners Association for Pond B Detention Pond Water Quality Improvement Project in an amount not to exceed $9,000. Terms and conditions to be determined by the legal department, and to specifically include the requirement that the O&M manual be updated and reported, and to authorize the stormwater superintendent to sign the agreement on the board's behalf.
So moved.
Second.
All right, any other discussion?
Yeah, that's 65.37941%.
All right, hearing no further discussion, all in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Aye,
We got two of them.
motion approved.
Thank you very much.
I'll
Okay,
see you
good luck.
tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
Good luck with your project.
Thank you.
It's great getting homeowners off the back.
All right, our financial and accounting services agreement.
Well, I think the board has from Stone Municipal Group. It's kind of a continuation of the same thing that we did this past
Same
year.
terms as prior. Yeah. What we do at the end of the year, another rate review presenting for.
You've been very satisfied with the services that you've been receiving. It's just primarily a
Yes.
financial thing.
Yes,
not so much a
absolutely.
departmental.
Yeah, we've been very happy.
So it's $20,000, is that what we're doing?
And that has not been increased. That was the
Correct.
same fee as last year.
That's a not to exceed.
Yep. So if you are all amenable, recommend a motion to approve the professional services agreement with Stone Municipal Group for financial and accounting services for 2026 in an amount not to exceed $20,000 as presented, and to authorize the stormwater superintendent to sign the agreement on the board's behalf.
So moved.
Second.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion, say aye.
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 Aye. All right. Advertising for Meadowland.
Okay, so the board has, staff has received the plans for the Meadow Glen Twin Oaks drainage improvements. And we find them acceptable. We would like permission from the board to advertise the project for bid.
Do you want a motion for that? Well, how about, I propose a motion to approve the plans and bid specifications for the Meadow Glen and Twin Oaks Drainage Improvements Project prepared in coordination with Clark Deeds Inc., and to authorize staff to advertise the project for bid.
So moved.
Second.
Any other discussion about the motion? All right, hearing none, all in favor of the motion, say aye.
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 Aye. All right, motion being approved. Budget resolution.
Ms. Lawler, Mr. Wright is going to present this. Under the rules of procedure, you can't participate electronically when it's acting on a budget. So you can listen, but you're not going to be able to vote in this matter. So just wanted to make sure we got that clear in the record.
And should we also put on the record that she is present by?
Well, I think
Since we
she
did.
probably got that at the beginning, that she joined the meeting at like 4:03 p.m. and is participating by electronic means.
Good afternoon, Greg Wright, City Controller. We are bringing a 2026 budget before you. The total amount of $4,977,794.06. The change on there is basically related to some of the debt service. This is an increase from last year's budget, $490,340, approximately 10.9%. Your big increases here are in your capital improvements section, as well as in salaries and wages. We did add a temporary, full-time position. We have somebody that's gonna be retiring at some point, I believe, next year, and they wanna bring someone in to train with that person well before they leave, so we're gonna create that new position. And then in next year, it'll go back to normal amount of position. So you'll see some growth there on the salaries and wages side. Additionally, in there is the premium pay, which is the payouts that we're doing in lieu of raises this year for all civilian employees. There were some increases in repairs and maintenance and contract services that were driven mostly by inflationary cost increases.
All right, so you need us to approve this tonight?
Yes, please.
Need a motion to approve resolution 2506, adopting the proposed 2026 budget.
So moved.
Okay, I will second that. Any further discussion of the budget? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. So the motion is being approved.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, so,
Kissing Road.
yeah, all right, so, this is Cutsinger Road project. This is something that's been going on for, oh gosh, about three and a half years, and definitely three different engineering, city engineers. If you recall, we started working with, I say an abandoned, vacated legal drain tile called Lehigh Acres, to improve the drainage through this area. Well, once Cutsinger Road started, long story short, they ran into some issues with drainage. We, the engineering department reached out to us for some support on this project. And we knew we were going to, if we didn't step up, we would have issues long-term of drainage in this right of way. So initially, I know we brought this up. I've talked with the board in the past. I think the last time we spoke about it was during our April meeting. That was kind of, we had some technical difficulties, so it did get recorded. So what I want to do is go back and formally request support for the Cutsinger Road project in an amount not to exceed $200,000.
Now, Mr. Bright, is this support to reimburse the redevelopment commission? Have they already paid for this?
The bill has not been paid yet because they just approved
Okay.
the change order last week.
Okay.
So I think specifically it's about 178,000, but earlier on we committed at least.
I know this has been discussed. I couldn't find it in my notes either.
Then you need a motion to approve a contribution in the amount not to exceed $200,000 for installation of the, I'm gonna say it was the 8-inch under drain.
Correct.
Performed as part of the Cutsinger Road construction project.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? Right, hearing none, all in favor of the motion, say aye.
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 Aye. Approved. All right, Chris, is this your walk
Okay, Longbone.
We could do by the way, we have a fleet manager here in anticipation of the additional staff member. And since we have the budget available, I asked Todd if he would resource a pickup truck for us.
No, as Mr. Jones stated, he approached me about needing a pickup truck. I have found, utilizing the Sourcewell contract, a 2025 Chevrolet 1500 regular cab 4-wheel drive that will fit the needs in the amount of $42,216.50.
It's a pretty good price.
It's a very good price.
Okay. So is this, what is this?
Will there be much-
Steps?
Did you need to do to it after you receive it?
Well, we're gonna set up the way they need, so we'll probably put, some light shell on the back and some lighting. But I think that's about all they're gonna need,
$1,000 or $2,000 worth.
a few $1,000.
Okay, so I guess we have the motion for this, right?
Because this is a special purchase, because you have the opportunity for substantial savings, and that has to specifically be determined. And a note is kept in a separate purchasing file for the Board of Accounts to audit. So I have a proposed motion for you. Proposed motion to determine that purchasing the 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 pickup truck as described and presented by the fleet superintendent through the Sourcewell Purchasing Cooperative provides the opportunity for substantial savings in accordance with Indiana Code, Section 522.10.5, to authorize the purchase of the truck in an amount not to exceed $42,216.50 from Hubler, and to authorize the superintendent to sign any and all documents to effectuate the purchase with final terms and conditions for the purchase to be determined by the legal department.
All right, so is there,
I got a question. How many miles does the truck have on it?
This is brand new.
Yeah, so it's right off the floor.
Yeah.
That's tremendous purchase. I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
all right, any other discussion regarding this motion? All right, hearing none, all in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Twice. All right, good. Motion's approved.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Doc.
Thanks, Todd.
All right, Chris, anything else?
I've got a couple more Colombo things.
Okay.
First one would be a budget transfer. I want to transfer from the public-private partnership program 626-305-752-100 into stormwater infrastructure extensions and replacements. This in the amount of $100,000. That line item would be 626-305-442-000. This is also to cover that commitment for the consumer project.
So motion for that?
So moved.
Yeah, motion to approve the budget transfer as requested by the
As
stormwater
requested.
superintendent.
Yes. So moved.
Second.
Okay, any other discussion? All right, hearing none, all in favor of the motion, say aye.
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 Okay, last one.
You're killing me, Smalls.
So we've been working with Walmart off County Line in Emerson. And what I mean by working, I've been trying to achieve compliance out of Walmart. They have an underground detention system up there. This was prior to our requiring of an O&M manual, but I've been trying to get them to clean it. We've kind of been going back and forth until they've parceled off for Aspen Creek Grill.
Mhm.
And so we said, hey, as part of this project, this is what we want. They finally agreed to it. Well, apparently it's full. I mean, it's just plumb full
Sediments.
of sediment.
Oh,
And so they said, we're gonna break this up. We'll do this over the next couple of years. I said, absolutely not. Absolutely not. You're gonna do this now. And you're gonna have it done by the end of October. So I've got Blake Glassno, who is the senior manager for stormwater compliance with Walmart out of Bentonville, Arkansas. And he stated that this is gonna cost them, they've been quoted over $250,000 to get this thing cleaned out. He's requesting if they could do 50% this month, and then in March, after the first quarter of 26, do the other half of it. I think it's reasonable, now that I've finally got in front of somebody who's taking the law, I've been dealing with district and regional managers. This is the person that deals with it for the entire company. So I don't see that it's too unreasonable. At least we're getting somewhere. I would ask, I told them that I would request this from the board. I don't know if this isn't something normally you guys deal with, but I felt that.
There's no discharge from this underground detention. All it is discharge into the underground, right?
No,
It has discharge?
it does have a discharge point. And so they've got a quarter of it cleaned.
Which
Okay.
port? The inlet or discharge or?
So it's 3 underground chambers. And so they've got the first one clean.
Okay.
And so I'm gonna ask them to get the second one clean. And so then it will at least be within the numbers for runoff and retention. So we don't normally deal with that. That's more of a Board of Works thing. It's also water quality. So we're getting some water quality right now as it's gonna
There'll be some percolation.
percolation. So yeah, I'm gonna say, hey, look, we want a little bit more. So if it's okay with the board, I'd recommend we allow 50% this year and the other 50 next year.
Well, the fact that they turned around and started being responsive to you.
Yes.
So are they gonna do it after the first quarter or in March?
He says March, weather permitting.
Oh, okay. I would get a tighter time frame on when the second half's gonna be done, but I'd be fine.
Yeah, I'm good. So.
Okay.
You said normally this is a Board of Works deal, but we're.
Well, because retention falls upon Board of Works,
Okay.
water quality falls upon us.
Typically, if it's both, they would go to the Board of Works, but I don't think it's a bad idea for you to do a motion that you agree with the proposed
The concept.
maintenance of the under drain at the Walmart property as proposed by the stormwater superintendent to allow, is it 50% of it to be done this year with the other-
In October.
in October of 2025, and the remaining 50% to be performed on a deadline
By May
by
1st.
May 1st, 2026.
So moved.
Second.
All right, any other discussion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
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 Aye. Okay. Is that it?
Yes, go for it.
You got O&M manual, don't you?
Yeah, I don't think so, do we?
Don't you have an O&M manual for Grand Vista Section 2?
We're still in the.
That's so excited about the Walmart thing. Okay. All right. All right, so
Audience.
yeah, got so many notes here. All right, anything from the audience that needs to come before the board, either in person or online? All right, hearing that. Okay, council, do you have anything for us?
No, sir.
Okay. City engineer?
Still looking for one?
Okay. Controller, Greg, anything else?
Nothing for me,
All right, thank you. Billy?
nothing for Billy either.
Okay. All right, Chris.
All right. Operation maintenance manual. We have one, Grand Vista Section 2. We find this to be acceptable. We recommend the board accept it and authorize the mayor to sign on the board's behalf.
Any motion?
I think you just recommended a motion to accept the operation maintenance manual for Grand Vista Section 2, authorize the mayor to sign on the board's behalf.
Okay. So,
moved.
Second.
all right, we all in favor of the motion, say aye.
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 And so I've got a couple of pictures. What's up on the board right now is Stone Gate project. I mean, this goes through just 2 backyards, but It's a tight fit. So they should be done by the end of the week with putting in the pipe. And so we're happy about that. This is the Winding Brook lining project. They've got around to that. They were finished today. So we'll have cleanup on that. So we've got 2 projects done. And then the Cooper's lining project, and we have a pre-con in 2 weeks. And they think they can get that done by the end of the year as well. And I've heard nothing from our Honey Creek Bridge project. That's still out there. We still have a final invoice. And then that's field report for the month of September. All that.
All right, so yeah, all right. Anything from the mayor's office? No. Commissioners, anything you want to say?
I have nothing.
All right, is there a motion for approval of our claims docket as presented?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor of the motion, say aye.
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 Aye. So it's approved. All right, anything else that needs to come before the board before we adjourn? All right, hearing none, we will be adjourned. 4:37. Thanks, Leanne.